Rubik's Cube has been around for a generation and has kept many people busy. Classic Rubik's Cube are square in shape with 3 rows on each face, but since so many people have mastered this, there are now many variants as well. In this list, we look at some of the best Rubik's Cube that will challenge you to the maximum. Blindman Rubik's Cube. This is a new twist on an old game. Why make a new version of a game when few people can master the original anyway? Regardless, this cube features 6 different materials that all have a very unique texture: metal, wood, textile, stone, rubber and plastic. It can be done like a regular style Rubik's Cube, or if you really have the guts you can bust out the blindfold and really test your skills. Rubik's Cube MP3 player. This cool idea belongs to designer He Yong. The only way to activate the MP3 player on is similar to playing with the Rubik Cube puzzle. By solving each layer has a specific function such as play, pause, forward or back. And of course the only way to turn it off is by completing it. Users can now listen to the music while having fun. Pentamix. It is world's hardest Rubik's Cube. For those who think traditional Rubik's Cube is pretty easy, they should take a look at this Rubik's Cube. There are 975 individual parts, not including the 1,212 stickers that each had to be placed by hand. In order to create this crazy toy, designer Jason Smith took about 75 hours of work. Now imagine how long does it take to solve it. Pantone Rubik's Cube. If poring over color swatches at Home Depot leaves you overwhelmed, the Rubitone could make the process easier by helping to assess your options in a form that nerds can understand. Unlike a traditional Rubik's Cube, the object here is not to solve it, but to match colors that might look good in a bedroom or living space. Sudocube. For Rubik's Cube or Sudoku fans, here is a really hard puzzle novelty: Sudocube. Sudoku Cube is an extremely challenging puzzle that combines the 3-dimensional spatial relations of a Rubik's Cube and the mathematical algorithms of Sudoku. And if you happen to be a fan of both, then the Sudocube will be like a dream come true. LED Rubik's Cube. In this modern version of the old game, the entire digital shebang is crammed with color-changing LEDs, so instead of manually twisting segments you press buttons to move the colors in the desired direction. The Magic Cube contains other games, including Landmine. 6 players take it in turn to push a button until they hit a landmine. Knots and crosses and a Simon-style Follow My Leader challenge. Rubik's Ball. Despite a few exceptions, a Rubik's Cube is just that, a 6-colored cube. What if you were to take the Rubik's Cube and mold it into the shape of a ball? You'd have something that looks eerily similar to the 3D IQ sphere. The 70mm diameter of the IQ sphere serves as both a brain activity and a sweet piece of nerd decoration for your desk, not to mention, it's probably the only Rubik's-themed puzzle which you can throw a curveball with. Rubik's Cube 2.0. Without colors on any side, the only leeway you get is from the varying sizes, and even that will probably throw you off track. On top of that, to create even more frustration, the surrounding sides of each individual block have reflective mirrors on its surface. Irregular Rubik's Cube. The Irregular IQ Cube is a breakthrough of the traditional IQ game. If you are still struggling with the traditional Rubik, maybe you could change to this new brain training cube. See if you can make it from a 3D irregular geometric item to be a regular 3D square cube. Pyraminx Rubik's Cube. The Pyraminx is a puzzle in the shape of a tetrahedron, divided into 4 axial pieces, 6 edge pieces, and 4 trivial tips. It can be twisted along its cuts to permute its pieces. The axial pieces are octahedral in shape, although this is not immediately obvious, and can only rotate around the axis they are attached to. The 6 edge pieces can be freely permuted. The trivial tips are so called because they can be twisted independently of all other pieces, making them trivial to place in solved position. The purpose of the Pyraminx is to scramble the colors and later to restore them to their original configuration.